Yesterday we talked about what good readers do while they're reading, and we said that good readers ask questions. Can anybody remind me some of the reasons why readers ask questions? Why do readers ask questions while they're reading?
To understand the book.
To understand the book. We ask questions to understand the book. Why else?
To learn more.
To learn more about something, we ask questions.
Figure out what is going on.
To figure out what's going on in the book. If you don't understand what's going on, you might want to ask a question.
Encourage you to read.
To encourage you to read on. A lot of times we ask a question and we're like, oh, we want to find out what that means, right? And so then we have to keep reading to find out what they're talking about. Today I'm going to model for you, and then I'm going to invite you to help me. Because you know I don't like to do things on my own. I like you to help me. Good readers ask questions before they're reading. They ask questions during the time that they're reading, and they also ask questions after reading. And I picked a super book. Remember we read that book the other day that was a super book, Grandfather's Twilight? I picked All I See by Cynthia Ryland. I have a couple questions before I start reading this. The first question is, I'm wondering who this man is on the cover. I see a man in a canoe. I'm wondering who is the man on the cover. So I'm going to write down, one of the questions I have is, who is the man? I have another question. I'm wondering, why is someone watching him? Does anyone else have a question by looking at the cover? Because we're going to ask a question before we start reading. What is your question, CJ, since you have a close-up here?
I wonder why it looks like clouds under the kayak.
Oh, it looks like clouds on the bottom. Does anyone have another question?
I was wondering why it's called All I See.
Ooh.
Who took mine?
That is a great question. Maybe we will find out. All I See. There once was a man named Gregory who spent his days beside a lake painting pictures. One day when Gregory was out in his canoe, Charlie sneaked a look at the picture Gregory was painting. I'm going to ask a question during the book. I'm wondering, what is Gregory painting? Anyone else have a question about the book?
Why does Charlie always watch Gregory?
I don't know. I was wondering the same thing. Let's do one more.
Why does the man paint so much?
Why does the man paint so much? Let's keep reading. We may find some answers to our question. Yes, April.
I think I know what he's painting.
Do you? What do you think?
The sky, because he always looks up at the sky.
Maybe. You're making a prediction. Let's keep reading and find out. Charlie was surprised by what he saw, by what Gregory had painted as he looked at Charlie's lake. But the picture made Charlie like Gregory even more. I am really wondering now what he's painting. Let's continue reading. So each day when Gregory drifted away, Charlie sneaked a look. And each day Charlie saw the same thing, a blue whale. For many days after that, Gregory and Charlie were at the lake together. And at the end of the day, Charlie finally asked Gregory why he painted only whales. Gregory's face opened up into an enormous smile. He looked out across the water and he said, "It is all I see." He smiled for a long time. I have one more question after. I am still wondering why Gregory only sees blue whales. Does anyone else have an after question? Steph?
I figured out why it was called All I See.
You know why it's called
Yeah.
All I See? Why?
Because all he see was whales.
That's right. That was in his answer, wasn't it? All I see is whales. CJ, do you have an after question?
I was wondering if Charlie is going to become an artist if she writes another book about
Possibly. I wonder. Will Charlie become an artist?
Why did Gregory only let Charlie paint?
Why did he? That was one of my questions. Does anybody know? Only one person was painting. Do you know, Charles?
Because he liked him as a best friend.
He liked him, but there was another reason.
Because there wasn't another one of those, what thing?
Easel.
Oh, easel.
That's right. There wasn't an easel. There wasn't an easel or canvas. So that was why only one person got to paint at a time. So he was allowing him to paint. Today, Your job during reading workshop is to ask questions. The books that you're reading, you're going to ask questions, and you can put your questions on a Post-it. And then when we come together for share, that's what you're going to share. You're going to share the questions that you have.